Well, that's what you're hoping for, Mr. Whiskey. You're hoping that we go down. Well, just be happy your Cleveland Indians won last night. What's up, Eugene? Oh, you too early. No, you're not too early. You just on time. As we about to get into this, the NBA GMs have selected LeBron James as the MVP of 2000. Yeah, I waited before I went live because I wanted to make sure people got their notifications and got into the live chat right away. Um, well, yes, there was a situation with LeBron James where a lot of people feel like, yes, I disagree. The GMs all selected, and they all voted the majority that LeBron James would win the most valuable player. They figure Kevin Durant will be second, Kawhi Leonard will be third, James Harden, then Steph Curry. Russell Westbrook is sixth. He's the defending NBA MVP, and you mean to tell me he's ranked sixth? The general managers have put him at sixth. But LeBron James is going to finish at number one. I disagree with that. He might be MVP for your team. You know, you might view him as the most valuable player on your team, but I wouldn't give him the award. Exactly. He got 4 he didn't deserve. In 2009, when he won his first MVP, in 2009, he wasn't even the most valuable player that year. You know who the most valuable player was? Dwayne Wade, who led the league in scoring that year and had a rebound season that was better than anybody in the NBA, including LeBron James. He basically took Dwayne Wade's MVP award that year because Dwayne Wade was clearly the most valuable player in 2009. Now, in 2010, probably. I would not argue that at all. In 2012 and 13, I can't even tell you who was even close back then. But he was playing with Miami at the time. And while he was playing in Miami, he's got Bosh, he's got D Wade. You got potential runners up for MVP already on your team. So it's kind of hard to give him MVP when he's playing with 3-4 all-stars on his team already. That's the thing they used to penalize Kevin Durant last year. Like, well, we can't give it to Kevin Durant because he plays with Steph Curry, he plays with all these guys, so we can't give it to Durant. But LeBron James has not won this award in 4 years. Y'all realize that? So you mean to tell me LeBron James, who hadn't won this award in 4 years, last time he won this award, he was playing in Miami. And he's supposed to win the MVP this year? So all of these young guys that Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Steph Curry, were they just not going to be able to compete? You look at the last winners. Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. All of these guys are in their 20s. LeBron James, who's in his 15th season. Nobody who has played 15 years have ever won an MVP award past 13 years. Michael Jordan was in his 13th year when he won the NBA last MVP he won. He was in his 13th season. So now you're going to tell me this old man Bron is going to be able to win MVP and that the general managers believe that LeBron James would be the most valuable player in the NBA. How could he be MVP? How could you put him over Kevin Durant? How could you put him over Kawhi Leonard? How you going to put him over James Harden? How you going to put him over Steph Curry? We haven't even gotten to Westbrook. Better stats? Any one of these guys compared to stats? These guys was averaging triple doubles. You think he can have better stats than Harden? You guys are amazing to me because LeBron is the only guy I know who's going down each year. LeBron's going down each year, and you guys still make excuses for him. Bron is 32 to the fifth power. He's not your average 32-year-old. He's 32 going on 65. The general managers believe that he would win MVP. Based off what? That's my only problem. Based off what? What would make you come to the conclusion that LeBron James is that guy? Coming off the picture you just saw was the last scene we saw LeBron James. This was the last shot we seen him walking off like that as a loser. But he's your most valuable player? Oh, is he going to average a triple-double for the season? As long as they lose the NBA Finals, I really don't care. Anybody could average a triple-double. Anybody could score points when they don't mean anything. Look at his team. He's got a stacked team. So you would give him the MVP award based off his team being stacked? That doesn't make sense to me. It makes zero sense to me that would be the case. He's got a team that's got like 4 All-Stars in there. 3 of these guys have been up for NBA MVP awards. And you mean to tell me this guy is up for most valuable player? That he's eligible to be most valuable player of the season over Kawhi Leonard? LeBron doesn't play better defense than Kawhi Leonard. Okay? So you got a guy who puts up the same amount of points as LeBron James, but he plays defense. He rebounds, he gets steals. He does a lot more, brings a lot more to the table, and he's younger than LeBron. But LeBron's going to be over him? It's pretty interesting. James Harden, the man is a statistician. The man will always get his numbers. He's going to average assists. He's going to get rebounds. And you know the points are going to be there. But LeBron's going to have a better season than him? It's quite interesting. Out of 4 years, LeBron James has not won MVP. It has went to the younger players. He was in Miami. Did LeBron bring y'all a championship? I thought Kyrie brought y'all the championship when he hit that shot. Oh, how quickly we forget. So a player like LeBron who plays 3 quarters a game. Kyrie Irving left. He didn't leave. He demanded to be gone. You guys tried to get rid of him. He's not going to bring you a championship this year. You think this Cleveland team can beat Golden State? Really? You think these teams, the players they got on this team, can beat the Golden State Warriors? And say that with a straight face? Have you forgot what caused them to lose? They don't play defense. If you don't play defense, you cannot win an NBA championship. It's just like that. When they won the year that they won, defensively, that was the best they had ever been. They played good defense in that series that they lost. Golden State plays better as a team, as a unit, defensively and offensively. That's how you win championships. They defense last year was light years worse than what it used to be. I'm a fan of the style of play. So let me get this straight. Clam Chowder is a defensive stopper now. He's gonna stop Kevin Durant. He's gonna make Kevin Durant have to work. A guy whose career average is about 12 a game. Clam Chowder is gonna be the guy to get it done. Oh, what y'all call him, Jay Crowder? To me, he's Clam Chowder. So that's all I know him as. Well, the situations change all the time. Because you got dissension in the ranks. Not everybody on Cleveland is happy. I can tell you that right now. And there's a lot of players over there that sided with Kyrie. And they understand why Kyrie did what he had to do. So when you have that as your main goal or what's going on over there, then you start to see the bigger picture and say, okay, why are the NBA general managers? As you can see, look at that. It's actually been 4 years and not 5. But look at that. That's who they pick on the list. NBA general managers pick LeBron to win MVP. Durant second. Kawhi Leonard third. Harden fourth. Curry fifth. Russell Westbrook is not even on the list. Based off what? Based off what will LeBron James get it? Just off notoriety? Because he's definitely. Why would he get it when he's going to be 33? He's probably not going to play that many games. What would make LeBron James get the award? He's playing on a team with all these loaded all-stars. That's why they say they didn't give it to Kevin Durant last year. They couldn't give it to him because he played on a team with Steph Curry and all these other all-stars. So now LeBron's playing on a team with a bunch of all-stars. But now he's going to get the most valuable player? And Durant will be ranked second behind him? That's an ego thing, and it's a politic thing, and it's a LeBron James, I want my name in lights thing. Last year, he was not NBA first team. Thank you, Marcellus. I believe you. He made the All NBA first team. I don't know. They must have just put him in there. Because I thought he was on the second team. Because I don't know who would put him on there. I don't know who named LeBron James king. You know I wouldn't have made him king. People sending me messages blowing up everything. He named himself king. I believe it. They called him the chosen one, and then somebody named him King James, and since then he's just been stuck with it. But LeBron James has never been a king at anything. I mean, am I gonna say he hasn't had games he was hot? They always go back to the Detroit game. No, I didn't. I could care less. We lost. That was it. Well, I appreciate it, Marcus. You know, the NBA has been bothering all my videos. They trying to keep people from seeing them. But LeBron James is who he's always been. He's always been a locomotive with speed. He cooked Detroit. For the one game, he got hot. And it helped them get to the NBA Finals where they got swept. The last sweep in the NBA Finals, LeBron James. LeBron James, Cleveland Cavaliers. Look what he had on the team, though. It's the same team that helped him get to the NBA Finals. It's funny to me when he lose, they blame the teammates, but he win, it's because of him. It's the weirdest thing in the world. Because you clearly see the other team is the reason they won. They got to the NBA Finals when they were in Dallas. They played against Dallas. Anybody remember that? Your boy Bron played against Dallas in the NBA Finals, and what happened? Old man Bron played in Dallas, and what happened? It was the NBA Finals, right? Now, they had the big three, remember? Dallas was a fourth-rated team. And what? Miami was the second-rated? Dirk was unstoppable. I think the defense was unstoppable. People forget about what Jason Terry did. People forget about what Jason Kidd did. They had a better team. Jason Terry averaged almost 20 points a game. And Jason Terry was in his 30s. LeBron averaged 17 points a game. Bosh averaged more than him. Wade averaged 26 points a game. Dwayne Wade was the star of the team. Leading the team. Dwayne Wade. LeBron was missing shot after shot after shot in that series. While he was shying away, Wade was leading the field. Now, this is a guy who's been in the league at this point for I don't know how many years. He came in, this is 2011. He came in the league in 2003. So he was 8 years in the NBA. 8 years in the NBA. And in the finals, he's averaging 17 points. Are you serious? I agree. He did need to go to college so he would learn the game. Y'all are right. He should have went to college so he could learn the game. At least a year or two so he would have learned what to do in certain situations, certain traps. He's the reason why they didn't win. See, it's not like he didn't get any help or this and that. He was the reason. They didn't win. When they needed somebody else to step up, Bosh and Wade were doing everything they could. The person that didn't step up is right there in front of you on the screen. LeBron James. He's the guy that didn't step up. They lost the NBA Finals in 2011 solely because of him. He could not answer the call. He was clamming up. More than cramping up, he was clamming up like a shell. Just clamming. He had a great game one. In game two, it became the Dwayne Wade show. Dwayne Wade kept them in. He scored 36. LeBron had 20, but his 8 for 15 on the floor, he only took 15 shots in the game. Scared to really compete. Dallas won by 2. Then they came into a defensive mastery game where it was a defensive shutdown game where no team even scored 90. That's how low scoring the game was. Yeah, Wade had 29 of their points. Bosh had 18. LeBron James had 17. Oh, yeah. No, it wasn't that at all. It was game 4 that told us everything we needed to know about LeBron James. Game 4, he was 3 of 11. In an entire game, he was 3 of 11. Finished the game with 8 points. 8 points in an NBA Finals from a guy who's supposed to be the best player on the planet. He scored 8 points. I'm not making this up. This is your guy. Look at him. LeBron James. 3 of 11. 27%. 8 points. in the NBA Finals. You score 8 points in the NBA Finals, and you supposed to be the best player in NBA history? No. I'm sorry. Let's look at what Bosh and Wade did. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay. Here we go. Chris Bosh and Wade. Let's see what Bosh and Wade did. They had 24 and 32. You the star of the team. Why are you scoring 8 points? You've been in the league 9 years. 9 years or 8 years. And you're at this point in your career and you're scoring 8 points in the NBA Finals game? I could see if you had bad games, yeah, in the finals. People have had bad games in the finals. Kobe Bryant had a bad game 7 in which they won. When he kept having to go to the line, he could not settle down to make a shot in game 7 against Boston in the finals. That was the worst game I've seen Kobe Bryant have, really, even in the finals. He couldn't settle himself down to even make a shot. Ron Artest had to hit the big 3. But I guarantee you Kobe Bryant ain't had no 8 points. He had 7 assists. Whoop-de-doo. Do you think they came there for him to get 7 assists? They lost by 3. And when you lose by 3, you look at who could have done something about it. The guy with 8 points. The guy who took 11 shots. He was the guy that probably could have done something about it. But he clammed up. So when you put up those kind of numbers, you can't talk about he's up for greatest player of all times. I'm sorry. That don't compute with me. 8 points. And you tell me that this guy is going to be the most valuable player this year. He's 32 years old. Coming off the worst defensively he's looked in the NBA Finals since 2011. You're going to say, oh, well, he averaged a triple-double. I'm just saying how. I completely disagree. I completely disagree. No. Okay, this was the bounce back game. You know, you feel like after 8 points, you're going to show up and do what you got to do, right? That's what you say. Let's take a look. 8 of 19. He took 19 shots. He only hit 8. 17 points. Bosh had 19. Wade got 23. He wasn't even the best on the big three of his own team. He was not even the best on the team. He's not even the best. He was all the hype was around him. The NBA hyped him. So if they give this guy most valuable player, you already know it's staged because he's clearly shown you time and time again, he's not the best player in the NBA. Clearly has shown you. Hey, he's not the best player in the NBA. He's not even close. A lot of people say that. See, I'm all about the progression of the game. That's what matters to me. Because, see, I remember watching those NBA finals, and I actually saw how badly he played. I started seeing how they trapped him, how Dallas forced him to give up the ball and forced him in positions where he couldn't pass. I saw how they set it up. I saw what they used against him. And everybody ignored those facts to the adjustments they made against LeBron James. They took away lanes. They changed looks for him so he didn't know when's it good to pass or what is good to shoot. And he couldn't shoot in Miami. He couldn't. And LeBron will probably tell you himself, I couldn't shoot in Miami. He didn't know how to shoot. He didn't know how to play basketball. He had been playing in the NBA for like 7-8 years and didn't know what he was doing on the basketball court. He was just using his athletic ability, playing playground style. That's all he knows. So it's not his fault that these things are this way. Everything has been laid out for him. So all he needs to do is do everything he's been doing. If LeBron has a problem with this defense, they're going to write a new rule in the book to eliminate that defense. Malcolm Williams, he's one of the smartest players of all time. How you say that? What has he done that was smart on the court? He was so smart, they lost in 5 games last year. And he threw the team under the bus. He's one of the best passers in the league. Okay, he could pass a basketball. What does that mean? There's a lot of players that could pass the basketball. John Stockton could pass. How many rings John Stockton got? That don't mean anything, dude. It's about running plays. It's about sets. What is LeBron doing? All this make players better narrative is a lie. He's made no one better. Made no player better at all on the team. Not one. LeBron James, they've been playing the same way they've always been playing. If he was making players better, why he can't make the players on his team better? Why he got to go get all these other superstars from all these teams if he's making everybody better? He's not making them better. He just want to use all these people with all-star talent, put them all on the team, so he don't have to do nothing but just whip them the ball. Like, come on. No, you guys are stuck on the Cavs. That's why we talk about it. Y'all wanted to talk about it. Y'all was like, talk about LeBron. They say he gonna win MVP. I said, well, here we go. The Cleveland Cavaliers has been in 4 NBA Finals. They've been in 4 now. They've only won 1. If they get put in the NBA Finals again, and they get matched up against Golden State, do you guys believe they can beat Golden State? Nobody does. So my thing is, okay, everybody knows they're not going to beat Golden State. So what is it of all of this for? This is a dog and pony show. It's a last hoorah. I watched the game they played the other day. You know what happened? They looked good for 10 minutes. From what I've been told, the game's a little bit longer than that. Granted, they didn't have LeBron. Granted, they didn't have Isaiah out there. But you got to understand, it's one basketball. Everybody has to play a position. Everybody has to play their position. You got a lot of guys playing out of position and doing things that they don't normally do. When you have that, you have chaos. And when you have chaos, you have disorder. Chaos and disorder. And people want to say, is it my shot or is it your shot? Instead of now, what they're trying to do is make their team like Golden State. Everybody wants to be Golden State. They don't have their own identity, so they want to be like Golden State. Let's watch their film. Instead of watching their film clips, they're watching Golden State. Everything's about what they're doing. Nobody's focused on themselves. They all want to mind, you know. Who told you that? Well, what's his name? Clam Chowder said it. Clam Chowder came out and said, yeah, we've been working on our sets. Yep, we've been watching Golden State and we've been making some sets, some adjustments to some things that they do. Because they already thinking about Golden State. You got to get out of the East. You got Clam Chowder already doing that. You got IR. He's still on IR. Not telling when he coming back from his hip. Then you got J.R. Spliff, don't know what's going on. He's just like, I don't know, man. I'm just going to play. Kevin Love believes it's his team. And then when he find out it isn't, the day he had that bad game, he's supposed to play center, but he's going to be out there shooting threes. Okay. Sherbet ice cream, he want out. You got Ashton Kutcher in there. And Ashton Kutcher can't get it done. He only gonna give you those three-pointers a game. And that's it. He's got his 9. God forbid he gets double digits. You are surrounded by a bunch of teams that's a bunch of misfits that cannot get it done. And putting all these people who are misfits on the same team, thinking it's going to happen. Then you got Mr. Glass, Derrick Rose, who I hope he don't break anything this year. I just hope he lasts a whole year and do stellar so he can get out of Cleveland and go to a respectable team. Let him go to Golden State or something, where he can try to have a chance at a championship. Oh, I'm talking about old man Jefferson and Cameron fried. Because he's fried up. He can't even move. They don't even play him in the finals. They just set him out the entire NBA finals. They're like, you are too slow to be out there running right now. You supposed to be playing the 30 and older tournaments out there in a park somewhere. Because there's no way you should still even be in the league, Fry. So any of y'all believe he has a chance to be the most valuable player in the NBA right now? Jefferson might not. Of course he is. He's LeBron's buddy. He carries LeBron's bags. That's Thomas Jefferson. He's about as old as Thomas Jefferson. They're going to put him on some type of dollar bill. Yeah, they stack with a bunch of names. All these replacement parts. All these used parts. That don't mean anything. Wait till they play teams like Minnesota. Wait till they play teams that are already jailed. They don't have the big star names, but they got pieces of the puzzle that's already placed. They got parts. People know their role. People fit in good in their spots. And when you see people like that, they gel because they can blend in. They don't have to adjust and trying to play their game in a different position. As you're going to see with OKC. Now, you watched the OKC game, right? Russ didn't play. But what did Melo do? What did Paul George do? They do what they always do, right? You seen Paul George come out there and he gave you 15 points. Way to go, Paul George. Then you saw Melo get 19 points. He was working on his shot. He was doing some things. But did Melo really play defense? Nah. They were playing hard. For the first preseason game, they were playing hard. They were playing hard against Houston. And Houston was playing equally hard against them. They played 20-some minutes. They were serious. They wanted to send a message to Westbrook, and they wanted to send a message to OKC. Y'all got a lot of press. Because Melo's supposed to have been with us. But he don't want to be with us. Okay. And that became a blessing in disguise. They really didn't need Melo. How many rebounds did Melo have in that game? How many assists did Melo have in that game? Now, granted, Russ wasn't out there. But this new Melo, hoodie Melo, was supposed to have been a flashback of something new to come, right? This was supposed to be something legendary. Yep. Let me see if I could pull it up here because I like to be right. Well, let's see. Now, it don't look. Now, listen. I'm not saying. I don't want you to believe like I'm saying that OKC is gonna be terrible or the regular season records and all that stuff means something. Cause it don't. None of that stuff. You can go 0-3 or 0-4 in preseason, and it don't even matter. You could lose all your preseason games and still win an NBA championship. It does not matter. It just shows you a couple of things. Jeremy Lin got dreads. Okay, I finally found the stats that people want to bury. Here it is. Carmelo Anthony played 20 minutes that game. Paul George played 26. He hit 6 of 13 shots. He had 15 points. he had 5 rebounds in total, and he had 2 assists. Melo, who's above him, played 20 minutes. He was 7 for 13, and he had 4 rebounds, no assists, 1 steal, 19 points. Same people doing the same things. Nobody stepped up and did nothing different. You see, this is where the area that you want to see people improve in. You want to see more rebounding, and you want to see more assists. So putting a guy in who's playing at power forward, your power forward is giving you 4 rebounds and no assists, and he got 1 steal, and got you no blocks. So your other forward gave you 5 rebounds, 2 assists. So exactly, it's preseason, but you can tell people you're gonna be who you are. Those are Melo stats every year. You're gonna be who you are. No matter if it's preseason or not, you get to see things. You're going to be who you are. You say that's just preseason, right? Okay, let's look at Houston, right? If you saw the game, you saw Houston was being who they are. Chris Paul didn't do anything different. He was being who Chris Paul is. Chris Paul is going to distribute the basketball. He's going to hit open shots. He's going to get everybody open in the lanes to do what they need to do. You know, I'm trying to bring people to reality, and it's hard because they so stuck off the prisoner of the moments that they can't see reality. And it's like blinding to them. And they come in here and they're like, it's only preseason. No, preseason shows you a lot. Now, you see Ryan Anderson, you see Ariza, you see Chris Paul, you see Harden. Right? Look at what they did. 10 points for Anderson, plus 21 off the bench. They shoot with 16 seconds left on the clock. They can run down there and shoot, run, shoot. 18 for Ariza, 9 for Capella. Chris Paul got 11, but he was plus 15. The bench didn't really do anything, but they did enough. 16 for James Harden. Well, let's look at assists and rebounds. 10 assists for James Harden, 7 for Chris Paul. You know what they did? They worked together. They took trips to Bahamas, played basketball down in Bahamas. They stayed together to work. Chris Paul got you 2 rebounds. Harden got you 4 rebounds. 5 altogether. And he got you 10 assists. And he got 3 steals. Well, when he was with the Clippers, he was playing with a bunch of losers. I'm not talking about wins and losses, dude, in the preseason. I'm talking about what people are doing to get themselves better. Or the way he was playing with the Knicks, they're going to lose. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If Melo plays the same way he did with the Knicks, they're going to lose. Paul George plays the same way he played in Indiana last year, they're going to lose. Now, you could say it's preseason. No, they need Melo to be defensively alert. They need him in there battling for rebounds. They need Paul George in there battling for rebounds, being assertive, stop throwing up fluky shots, arguing with the referees. They don't need that. He was all of that in the preseason game. He was the same whiny Paul George he always was. And then when his shot ain't going and he's trying to force offense, that's what you don't need. Those are his flaws. They brought their flaws with them in a bag. Like, okay, here's our flaws. Hey, baby, you got the superstar name, and we're going to score some points. We look good in practice and shoot-arounds. But when the actual game come on, our flaws come out. And you saw the flaws in the preseason game. I saw them. Now, if I saw them, other people saw them. Like, I mean, smart people like me. I know some of you guys are going to block that out and just say, he had 19 points. And ESPN going to show you the highlights. But if you watch the game, you're going to see what actually took place and say, oh, I get it. I know what he was talking about now. He did do that. He does do that all the time. He does force shots. He does force stuff to happen. You can't beat Golden State like that. You're not going to go far in the playoffs like that. You're going to have the whole team frustrated. You're going to be arguing with referees. Westbrook got to get you in line to get you to play the game that they need to get done. Other teams look at that and say, oh, they're the same team. They're just the next version of the Knicks. They're the next version of the New York Knicks. So we'll see how long this marriage made in heaven works out before people realize that they're not better than Houston. They're not better than Golden State. And if you're not better than those two teams, you're not going to beat them. That team that they got will never beat Golden State no 4 times. And you got to beat them 4 times in a playoff series. In a race to 4, they can't do it. I don't think they beat the Spurs. I think the Spurs beat OKC because they know how to play basketball together. They got a bunch of guys who know personnel, who know the job and know what to do. Aldridge is the only X factor on the team. He was not what he was pegged out to be when they got him. When Duncan left, and it was like, you were supposed to take Tim Duncan's spot? Oh, no, buddy. He looks bad. See, the Spurs have young players that can play because they believe in the draft. They believe in building their team up from the draft. Just think about it. Look at the Spurs. They drafted their team. Draft. And what happened? You win 5 championships quietly. You look at Golden State. They've been to the finals 3 times. They got 2 championships building their team up from the draft. The draft. It's important. You just can't go around grabbing names. And that's what LeBron's whole process is let me go grab some people that I know can play basketball. Because I've seen them do it in the pros. And then that make me look good. No, it don't. It makes you look like you're pathetic. If you're supposed to be so good, then prove it. Stop trying to... No, they didn't grab Kevin Durant, Lewis. Kevin Durant was a free agent. He went there. They were already world champions before that. They already won before he got there. He's one player. LeBron came over with 15 players. He brought a traveling band. Kevin Durant and they said, oh yeah, I'm coming over. I'm bringing Serge Ibaka with me. I got DeRozan coming. I got this guy coming with me. No. He ain't do that. It's LeBron and the Bronettes. You think he's going to the Lakers by himself? Watch who he take with me. Oh, man, I got my man Wade, D-Wade coming with me, man. Come on, D. You got to come with me, man. I don't go nowhere by myself. Come on. If you were smart, you would dislike a lot of the things he do also. Because that's not man-like. It's not. All the whining and crying for the league to do things. And look at him. Now LeBron gets to pick his own team. How fitting. He's the chosen one. It's not going to get better, y'all. It's not. He's got to go. And that's just it. People need to take a stand and stop voting for him. I know he ain't getting my vote for no All-Star game. He invented flopping. He made flopping an all-time ridiculous art on the floor. Once everybody else like, I'm going to start doing it too, because LeBron doing it. Next thing you know, oh, well, now we got a flopping rule. Nobody can flop. Oh, it's done. All right, well, let me go ahead. I got to finish these videos. It's already one coming up. All right, I'll holler at y'all later.